who's going to be the first one of those three to win a Super Bowl?
I'm not sure any of them will win a Super Bowl. But if you ask me who I think would be first to do it, I'm going to go with Josh. I'm going to go with Josh Allen. I'm going to go with Josh Allen because I got to look at the way his career is trending. Lamar Jackson started off really actually a better passer than people realize. I'm not sure that he's developed along that trajectory that would make you think, oh, this is going to be amazing. As a passer, as Stephen A. would say, as a passer of the football. Baker Mayfield's done much better, and he has probably the best team around him. But I don't think he has the package in terms of talent that Josh Allen has. I look at Josh Allen, big, strong kid, mobile, huge arm, accurate, wants to get better. You can see it. A leader, teammates like him. 5-6 his rookie year as a starter in 11 games. 53% completion, 10 touchdowns, 12 interceptions. Okay? Second season, 10-6. Doubled the wins. 10-6. 59% completion. Basically jumped up 10% almost. 20 touchdowns, 9 interceptions. It goes from 1-1 to 2-1. Last year, 13-3. Almost 70% completion. What was it? 37 touchdowns. He's like a 3-4-1 touchdown interception ratio. He's doubling his value just about every year. He's getting much, much better. So I see of all three guys, as a thrower of the football, I see the most talented one as Josh Allen. I also see the trajectory of him as a player as being the most like the profile of quarterbacks who win championships. And Stephen A., he has an excellent coach. He's got a defense. He's got a receiver that he's got a great connection with and a solid running game because they have a really good run-blocking offensive line. I think the answer is Josh Allen.
Listen, Vicky, your logic is undeniable. I get all of that. Your logic is undeniable. For those that don't know, it's a little joke we have. Vicky is the computer, the digital fixture in the movie I, Robot with Will Smith, which I absolutely love. I've watched that several times throughout the years.
I like Spock better than Vicky.
And Vicky was the name.
I hope this is a 90s reference, not 80s.
Vicky was the name. She was like, I don't know what the hell it was called, supercomputer, whatever it is. But she had control. They was about to change the world, and Will Smith came to the rescue with Moynihan.
Bridget Moynihan.
That's right. She stars in the show. She's also starring in the show Blue Bloods, which I like a lot, by the way. It was a good flick. With Donnie Wahlberg and the crew. So I got love for them. Anyway, that's a different story for another day. Here's the deal. Max, although your logic is undeniable, I got news for you. So is mine. Because I disagree with you, Max, strictly on a logical level. I'm not disputing what you're saying because it makes total sense. But what I'm about to say makes a lot of sense, too. I'm going to go with Lamar Jackson. You know why? Because as an extraordinary boxing analyst, and by the way, you did a hell of a job on the UFC for Saturday night covering those fights. Great job with you and Chael Sonnen and the crew. Great job. Here's the deal, man. When you look at Lamar Jackson, when I look at Josh Allen, for example, in Buffalo, Max, I think their style is tailor-made for Kansas City. I think they'll be formidable. I think they'll win regular season games. I'll even think they'll win division titles and stuff like that. But when you look at how they play the game, even though throwing the football is incredibly pivotal, you know how much I'm fixated on that for quarterbacks, obviously. I don't think that's what gets you over the hump against Patrick Mahomes. See, when I look at Lamar Jackson, yes, your passing offense was putrid last year. It was dead last. But your running game for the second year in a row was number one. You ran for 1,000 yards, number one. You're a singular talent because no quarterback in history has done that. Yes, you threw 10 less touchdown passes. Yes, you threw 3 more interceptions. Yes, you threw for 400 less yards than you did your MVP season. All that's true. But then, Max, to go to you, we'll lean back on COVID. And remember, he came down. Now he's come down with COVID. He came down with the Rona not once but twice. Okay? And we know that he had to miss a couple of weeks last year because of that, at least a week. So you got that going on. And that compromised the season to a significant degree last year. I look at the pickup of Sammy Watkins. I look at the draft pick of this kid, Rashad Bateman. I obviously know they still have Mark Andrews. And if you've got that running game, which isn't going anywhere, all right, because you got J.K. Dobbins. He's still in your backfield, if I remember correctly. You've got that going on. I'm not picking any of them like you to get to the Super Bowl or win the Super Bowl this year. But when I think about teams that have a chance, I'm saying if you can run the football effectively and efficiently, if you can extend plays, if you can compromise the secondary because everybody's got to suffocate the line of scrimmage because they got to keep you contained because God help any defense that lets Lamar Jackson get into the open field. The fact that you have to worry about that, I think, is the kind of thing that can propel a Baltimore Ravens team to different heights more so than somebody like Buffalo. And remember, Baltimore, over the last couple of years, 58% of their snaps has been running the football. No team has done more than 50%, has run the ball more than 50% of their offensive snaps other than Tennessee, which obviously because they got Derrick Henry. And Baltimore's got them by about 7%. One's 51%, Baltimore's like 58%. Everybody else is under 50%. Everybody else is throwing the football more than they run the football. Baltimore's going in a different direction because of the electrifying talents of Lamar Jackson. And I think that if I had to give one of them an edge, one of them a chance of pulling it off, I think it would be Lamar because he throws a different monkey wrench into the equation. Josh and Baker would beat you conventionally, and I think Patrick Mahomes would be too much for that. But there's no answer if you can't contain the running ability of Lamar Jackson, who finally won a playoff game, by the way.
I respect that pick. I respect the logic behind that pick. You're right. In chess, that's called having an asymmetrical response, right? That, in other words, like the white pieces have the initiative. So if you're playing with the black pieces, sometimes you can't just match what the other guy's doing. You have to throw a monkey wrench in. You got to open up the C file,
and that's what. Horse.
That's what. Yeah, that's right. You got a Sicilian defense, or something that throws it off. That's what they're doing in Baltimore. I understand the logic. I think it's sound logic.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming, sports, and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.